Okay, we are now here at Sepang International Circuit, and behind me is the new Porsche 911. Just launched in Malaysia today, and first time here in Malaysia together with at Sepang for the Porsche Carrera Cup and all. So anyway, what this is it still has the Porsche 911 DNA thingy, which you know unmistakable in terms of how it looks, the shape, how it is. It's still rear engine, rear wheel drive. We have that pure chassis where the front is definitely uncorrupted by power and just for steering, and that overall look, the overall silhouette is something which everybody wants, and somehow people don't want the 911 to change in terms of how the way it looks, which is what it is today. An evolution from the first generation to today, the 8th generation Porsche 911. We are going to get the Carrera S, which is a two-wheel drive version, and the Carrera 4S, which is essentially the four-wheel drive version of the same car. Now, this model comes with, it differs in terms of that both the Carrera S and the Carrera 4S will come with the same wide arch looks. I think it's good because everybody gets the same wide arch turbo style stance with its wider rear arches and all. So it would actually even help basic driving dynamics, and definitely helps Porsche to streamline production and all in terms of how the body and platform looks, and how the wheels and how everything sits in this car. So everything is now streamlined for Porsche and also streamlined for owners. Of course, there will be some Porsche turbo owners who say that, oh man, there is no difference for me to buy this or the four-wheel drive version or even the turbo version. In terms of all of that, nowadays, you know that ever since the 991 2, the engines are now turbocharged also. So, but they're not called Porsche turbos, 911 turbos. They're just now turbocharged Carrera. So it's something unique in that way. But it's also the future. The future means that everything is turbocharged. We need that smaller engine, smaller capacity for more efficiency and all. So this is still a flat 6, no 4 cylinders here, which is a good thing. You still get all the character and all, but it's in a more polished and refined package. Now, speaking of, let's talk about the way it looks first on the outside. If you look at how the Porsche looks like today, it's, yeah, as I said, it's the same. But what they've done in this one is incorporate a lot more retro touches. If you can see from, yeah, it still looks the same. You unmistakably 911, 911. You know that even if you drove something from 1970, and this, there is that same family DNA there. But this one features a lot of touches from the earlier Porsches, like the front bonnet. If you notice, the front bonnet has a lot of more sculptured lines there. It harks back from the first, second and third generation, which have a lot of character lines there. So now, if you look at the rear of the car, where the spoiler comes up, it does have that ducktail look when it comes up, but it's an integrated spoiler there. And above the spoiler, the air vents have the nice slats, which are just universal, large and big, and look very retro in terms of how it's executed and all. I like this look. It's like you get that nice retro modern look, which somehow represents a lot of heritage there, a lot of character, and somehow for me personally, it's all about heritage, you know, when it comes to cars like Porsche. So they've done it well in terms of execution in this model. I think that it's very well executed in terms of aggression, in terms of keeping in trend with what it is, what a 911 is, its heritage. It's all well sorted out. That front end also is quite aggressive with this, the lower grille, the one that feeds air to whatever's out front, to the brakes and all, which looks huge under the 20-inch front wheels and 21-inch rears. Yes, tire sizes, I think the diameters of the wheels have actually gone up to 20-inch and 21-inch right now. So everything is bigger and larger in terms of this one. But the car somehow still looks in terms of modern sports cars, modern supercars, it still looks dainty compared to the like other brands and all. you get newer looking 4-point LED lights, DRL lights up front, which take the four little dots in the previous generation of Porsches and all, now makes it into a more sexy looking thingy in terms of light clusters and all. So it's been redesigned and all, so it looks a bit more different. So there are a lot more different character cues compared to the previous 991.2 Porsche. This is a 992. So now a lot of things. So the daytime running lights are a little bit different nowadays, so it's unique. In terms of the interior now, let's talk about the interior. What we get is basically there are two thin frameless freeform high resolution 7-inch displays inside, which puts a lot of information for the driver and all. So there's the Porsche communication management system, which it has a new 10.9-inch touch screen. So it's like, yeah, you're driving, everything is there within reach for you. So aside from that, there are a lot of buttons and all, which can provide direct access for you to control the drive of the car, and the chassis functions basically. So now, what else is there in this new Porsche 911? So sports chrono package has added emergency braking with the help of camera-based systems. Brake assist systems are fitted as standard. So this is, since it's 2019, this is the newest Porsche 911. It has most of the latest active safety measures, including night vision assist with thermal imaging, so that, you know, with adaptive cruise control could mean a lot more preemptive safety measures for the driver and all. So it's good on that point. So interior wise, it's still unmistakably 911. We've got the very nice layout in terms of design. It's now no longer, the main focus is no longer a cascading middle center console, where the previous ones tend to have the main focus was the big center console and which flows down into the transmission tunnel and all. It's still there, but now there's a more horizontal layout in terms of the steering wheel, the instrument clusters, and it's more focused on the top. It's no more a vertically inclined visual point of view. It's like something that was designed, which harks back, I think they took it as a homage to the first generation 911, which is simple dashboard design. So I kind of like it. It's a bit different. It's fresh, yet it's retro, much like the exterior. Everything is modern, contemporary, yet you still got the retro touches that pays homage to the original car. I like it a lot actually, because on a personal note, I like things to be a bit more classical and something from a bygone era. So it's actually nice on that point of view. Let's talk about powertrain now before we go to the chassis and all. The 911 Carrera S and Carrera 4S, according to specs and all, the turbocharged flat 6 engine makes about 30 horsepower more and 30 Newton meters more than the previous models. So let's talk about the Carrera S. The Carrera S makes about 450 horsepower and 530 Newton meters of torque. So now the PDK, the gearbox, the dual clutch transmission, what Porsche calls it as their PDK, something in German which I still, until now, how many years since it was launched, I still cannot pronounce what it is. I could, but I have to spend more time, which right now, let's not do it. So it's an 8-speed PDK gearbox. Basically the 7 and 8 gear are more overdrive gears. If you were to you want to go for VMAX in this car, that's in the 6th gear. So 6-speed turbocharged engine, flat 6, should give you, with 2 overdrive gears, gives you good fuel economy also in terms of what it is. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour will be done in 3.7 seconds for the Carrera S and 3.6 seconds for the 4S. Basically, why it's faster is because traction from all 4 wheels somehow is more efficient, I suppose. So yes, top speeds for the Carrera S is now 308 kilometers per hour and 306 for the all-wheel drive version. So basically, if you want to go faster, you want to reach your VMAX, you need to buy the 2-wheel drive version. If you want to accelerate slightly faster, 0.1 second faster, buy the 4-wheel drive version. So, and if you're talking about fuel economy, it's quite good for something with supercar levels of performance. Even though this is base 911, base performance is still supercar category these days. I mean, such is progress that what you thought that was achieved in the base 911 is now close to say something which the 911 Turbo did say maybe a decade or so ago, or better in fact. That's how good things are. But you still can do 9.9 liters per 100 kilometers if you, on a combined basis, if you drove it regularly. That's what I think about. That's the wrap up of what is this 911, this new 911 992 series is all about. Looks good. It's just that I wish my bank account was bigger so I can actually buy one of these and run on a daily basis. Because it's a Porsche, it should add a level of reliability, which means that you can take it to the shopping malls, get stuck in a lot of traffic, especially in Kuala Lumpur and all, and yet take it to the racetrack, take it up to Genting Highland or a mountainside road, and everything will be fine in it. So it's a multi-purpose kind of car. It's a Swiss Army knife of sports cars or supercars, which I like a lot. So aside from that, again, so we have base model, 450 horsepower in this entry-level package, 550 Newton meters of torque, 0 to 100 in about 3.6 seconds, massively fast, and prices start at 1.220 million ringgit. If you know anybody who's willing to give me 1.2 million ringgit by legal means, tax-free, please let me know, because I would love to own one. So, okay, reporting for Motoring Malaysia, I'm Rigwal Reza. Do subscribe to us for more updates like this, and hit the like button if you like this. Hit the dislike button twice if you don't like this review. So, till later from Sepang. See you.